Okay, welcome to lesson 2 of American Kenpo. Just a quick reminder, if you're first time watching this video, these videos I'm doing are tailored to my White Tiger Kenpo and Tracy Kenpo students. I am a black belt in American Kenpo, but I don't teach it as a primary system. I teach it in group class situations, the blocking sets and stuff. So, just keep that in mind, but I do my best to try to use the correct terminology, but I am tailoring it to a specific group of people. But I hope everybody enjoys the video and gets information from it. So in this video we are going to cover short 1, or at least the first 2 sections of the kata. So let's bow in and get started. Okay, short 1. Tracy's Kenpo students know it. It's the exact same kata except for some minor differences in terminology. White Tiger Kenpo students, we no longer teach this kata as we went to self-defense techniques, but the pattern is exactly the same. Now, opening of the kata, the salutation. Back in the early 80s, American Kenpo started entering tournaments for sparring as well as for forum competition, but short 1 really didn't hold up to the other styles. Because of the way it was designed, so they stylized it a little bit more by adding some formal salutation to it. Some schools teach it, some do not. So depending on if you're with an American Kenpo school, check with your instructor. Otherwise, you determine how you want to open up your own kata for my students. So the opening of this is, if you're in a competition, you would announce the kata by using fingers. In this case, short 1 is this finger here, and you're going to bend it. So this would be long 1, this is short 1, long 2, short 2, long 3, short 3. And as you can see, you go on. So then we're going to do this right-sided. So we would take our right hand, open palm it, take our left hand, and touch the right hand. Now if we were going to do this both sides, because short 1 in some systems is required in yellow belt as a right side only, and in orange belt it's done power side, weak side. In other systems it's done both sides in yellow belt and a different kata in orange belt. So that's going to be open up to whoever your instructor is and their actual requirements for those belts. So from here, if you were going to do power side, weak side, you would touch right, then touch left. Now the next part of this is a formal salutation. White Tiger Kenpo students know this from short 4. Tracy's Kenpo students know the first half of it, but the second half is not taught in any school that I've ever been in. So I'll go over it with everybody. Also on another note on this is not all schools require it. Some schools have only upper level belts do this, and lower belts only do the meditative horse stance. And some other schools require it to be done throughout all katas. So there again, if you're with an American Kenpo school, check with your school to see how they want it done. So we've opened up our salutation announcing that we are going to do short 1, right side only. Then from here what we're going to do is our formal salutation. So we're going to put our right foot out, pointing the toes at 3 o'clock, right hand by your ear, left hand covers. Now there's a lot of mythology that goes with this and stories, so my students already know my version of it. So there again, if you're an American Kenpo student, check with your instructor. They're pretty much all the same, but they all have slight differences. So right hand here, left here, we're going to present. Then we're going to step back left, roll the hands over back into chamber. From here we will go out, go to a pray position, hands, present, and we bow. Okay, and that's just the first opening. Okay, so we'll do that part all together. So announce the salutation or kata, do the form. Then from here, short 1 actually opens up with what they call a meditative horse stance. We just call it the Kenpo salutation, and they would stay there. Unlike us, when we do short 1, we bow in, and then we go into the kata. They're going to stay right there. So from here, they're going to step back left as they do a left inward block Now, this is where some things change just a bit. So, depending on your school, depending on the American Kenpo school, some schools teach the elbow strike as a chamber. When we put our hand in chamber, they actually teach it as an elbow strike. So you would actually be stepping back with an inward block, a right inward block, and a left elbow strike. Other schools just teach it as putting your hand into chamber position. So keep in mind that, decide how you want to interpret it, but this is an inward block, either an elbow strike or a left hand in chamber. Then from there, we're going to open up, step straight back, left inward block. As we go into what they call a neutral bow, we call this a fighting stance. So your first two moves after the salutation is right inward. Then we're going to retreat, left inward. Okay? The next section is from the 9 o'clock position. Now, inward blocks don't have a secondary block. They're always a primary on its own block. But when we adjust our stance, we don't want to adjust blindly. Okay? We teach this in short one with the Tracy's. We want to come in with what we call a cross-body cover or a parry. This makes sure that if there's something there, we can block it and give this hand enough room to actually do some damage. They do it as an inward block. Okay? They're going to do this style, this kata a little more Japanese than we would do it. They're going to be very strong with their blocks, and they're going to be very Japanese style with them. So from here, they're doing an inward block, and then they're going to do a vertical outward block. Now this is different than our vertical outward. Theirs is up and down. Okay, they're literally using theirs as a strike or a breaking mechanism. We use more ours for hooking and grabbing. So we use a vertical outward block with a hook. So when doing the American Kenpo katas, make sure you're doing a vertical outward block where the hand is straight up and down. So we've done our all of our inwards here. Now we're coming across, and instead of doing a cross-body parry, we're going to do an inward block, vertical outward block. Still in a neutral bow, or what we call a fighting stance, facing 9 o'clock. Then as we step back left, we're going to do a left inward block, right vertical outward block, still facing 9 o'clock in a neutral bow, or a fighting stance. Okay, and that's the first two sections of short one. So we started with opening as to announcing what kata we're doing. Then we're going to do from here, we're going to do our formal salutation. Hands come up, prayer, salutation, and then bow. Then from here, you go into your Kenpo salute or meditative horse stance, step back left, right inward, left elbow if you want to interpret it that way. Step back right, right elbow, left inward block into a neutral bow. As the right foot steps to the 3 o'clock position, you're going to do a right inward block. This is a secondary block. This is your primary block. Okay, this is there to cover in case there's something coming. You don't want to get sideswiped as you're adjusting. You want to make sure there's nothing there. Also, this is a short block. You're not going to have a lot of room to build up speed and power to really do some damage. So by pushing this hand away, this gives it more room to actually get the distance it needs to do the damage it can do. So we're going to come in 1, 2, then we're going to step back inward, outward, all facing 9 o'clock in a neutral bow stance. Okay, that is short one, lesson 2. Come back next week, or not next week, but next lesson, and we will start you on book set, which a lot of you will know from Tracy's Kenpo and my group classes as a 5-star block. So we'll get you started on blocking set 1, not book set. My apologies. Blocking set 1 next week. All right. Until then, keep moving forward. You're doing a great job. See you in the next lesson.